Hey guys, welcome to Landscape Rescue. My name's Stuart Moore. Today I'm going to talk about the benefits of shopping at a privately owned garden center or a nursery, because I feel like in my past videos I've been a little hard on privately owned garden centers in reference to pricing. If you see behind me, the one great thing, if you take nothing else from this video, is that Lowe's and Home Depot, they have great prices. But you've heard me say this 7 or 8 times. Consistency. These are going to be a lot more consistent. You can get bigger plant material. This is that Vitex. This is the Vitex. Had one of these in the video. The chase tree. Look at this guy. It was kind of hard to see in that other video, but this is the leaf of the Vitex. What a gorgeous addition to add some texture. What I would say with the Vitex or the chase tree, pair it with a larger shrub and then use this as your second tier as you work your way down. I think that would be very pretty. But look at this thing. That's definitely a 15-gallon pot. Where are you going to find that stuff? It's not going to be at Lowe's. I want to get Pocomoke crepe myrtle. Right? So I want to get a dwarf crepe myrtle, and I want 6 dwarf crepe myrtle. How about 50? I want to get a dark purple dwarf bloomerang lilac bush. How about 100? That's the benefit. That's the benefit to a privately owned garden center, is they bring that to the table. I've also said in my videos, if you're needing help designing stuff, you want to do stuff yourself, you go to a privately owned garden center. You don't go to Lowe's. And I've met a lot of Lowe's employees. They're very knowledgeable about plants. They do like it. My mom ran outside lawn and gardens at our local Lowe's for 7 years. You know, look at this, the lemon lace elderberry, right? Kind of like that black tower elderberry that we planted. Cool pinnate leaf on it. You see what I mean? Being able to find this stuff. Hey, leatherleaf viburnum, we were talking about that. Leatherleaf viburnum, contractors like to use this because it's evergreen. What is there, 60 over here? Some Birkwood viburnum, blue muffin viburnum, brandywine viburnum, viburnums. It's like a cornucopia of viburnum out here. Lo and behold, blue chip butterfly bush, same thing. Building a hedge out of butterfly bush. Not going to be able to reliably go to Lowe's and know that they're going to have a dwarf butterfly bush that I can use. But I can do that at a privately owned garden center. So I just want to get it clear in everyone's mind. I am not bashing privately owned gardens. This is the standard in pricing as far as I'm concerned. Think they got enough barberry? They have to keep up because they supply contractors. Now these guys could use a little TLC, but this is a tiger eye sumac. Pretty nice size tiger eye sumac. It's nothing against these places. These places have their strengths, and Lowe's and Home Depot have their strengths. But I just wanted to show you, overlooking that area. Privately owned garden centers suffer from the same kind of things that those big box stores suffer for. You've got overhead, labor shortages, things like that. This is where I would come to do a landscape job. Now, I shop other places too, clearly. Check out these loblollies over here. So you're starting with a very, very nice plant. Golden Deodora cedars over here. Look at this sycamore. Gorgeous. It's a volunteer. It's not supposed to be growing there. Huge material. See a columnar oak? There's another one there. There's a couple columnar oaks in there. Pin oaks. Then we're going to start getting into sugar maples. Pretty yellow, orangish fall color. I love sugar maples. They are slow growing. Boy, they're going to take their time, but it's a harder wood. So from what I can guess, sugar maple, Norway maple, that would be what people are calling a hard maple versus like a silver maple and a red maple, what they would call like soft maples. Check this out. I'm going to show this to you real quick. So if you ever doubt if it's a red maple or not, look at the petiole. The petiole is that stem of the leaf, right? So on a pinnate compound or a bipinnate compound leaf, you have the petiole, and then it has another with lots of little leaves on them. So a pinnate compound leaf would be like a petiole and then leaves running up that petiole, right? A leaf directly coming off of that. Where a bipinnate compound would be the petiole, a stem, lots of little leaves on each one of those stems, like a honey locust. But anyway, that's a little trick learned in forestry class right there. So the red petiole, all of my tree ID in college was done in the wintertime when there was no leaves. Look at this green giant arborvitae, probably a 5 to 6 footer. Tore off the barcode, I'm a jerk. Yeah, 5 to 6 footer, potted. See, potted material hasn't had 90% of its roots pruned off and then stuffed in a bag and driven across the country. It's been grown in a pot, then driven across the country. Oh, check this out. That is going to be the largest tricolor beech I've ever seen in my entire life. Look at that. If you've never seen a tricolored beech before, I'll pull a leaf off and I'll show you that leaf. Look at that leaf. It's got pink on the outside. What a pretty tree. Wow. And that's in a 100-gallon pot probably. It's bigger than a 65, that's for sure. Oh, I got all excited. I didn't see that towards the end. So this is the first time I've been to this nursery in a long time, probably a couple months. These Bracken Brown Beauties or D.D. Blanchard. So it's a D.D. Blanchard. Big those things are. 30-gallon pot. Those are gorgeous. So if you're a Southern Magnolia fan, you're going to be pretty impressed with these. Just because it's in a pot doesn't mean it was pot grown. So a lot of times you'll hear people say, well, it's field potted, which means balled and burlap, then they put it in a pot right there in the field and then backfill it with whatever medium they're using. They've already pulled the material, because you would never want to ball and burlap something in the middle of the summertime. You do that typically in the fall once the saps stopped running and the tree's essentially gone dormant. Ooh, that's pretty. Ginkgo, canary yellow leaves. Ginkgo is gorgeous. Ginkgo is a pretty tree. But so you'll have field potted, and then you'll have balled and burlapped, and then you'll have pot grown. So pot grown is going to have all of its roots. Field potted is going to have, they ball and burlap it when it's dormant, put it in a pot, and then later on in that summer, those roots are going to be growing in the pot. Layers of survivability there, where a potted one would definitely be the more survivable option for this time of year. The moral of the story is that I don't think that one place is my end-all be-all for finding plant material. You like Fire Chief Arborvita? Whipcord Arborvita? I like Dwarf Alberta Spruce. You gotta watch out for bagworms, and you gotta watch out for spider mites. Oh, it's a Zakova. Like a green vase Sakova. Those are pretty. And this is like an Amer maple here. Amer maple, pretty fall color. Not something that you would want to put up against the house, but if you brought it away from the house a significant amount, then it would be a nice maybe border between you and a neighbor, kind of to break that up, define the property line kind of thing. Got some blue Atlas cedars over here. Look at all these guys. Oh, is this a paper bark maple? Yeah, look at these. So this is a paper bark maple. It's peeling bark, kind of cool. So it's got that birch-esque quality to it. Hope you guys don't mind me making up words all the time on my videos. There's three greenhouses up here that are huge. They have perennials, tons of hostas. I mean, it's a reliable place to find plant material. It kind of takes the guesswork out of it. You and I love to find deals. We love to find deals. But if I need a Stella Deora daylily, here, let me get one that's flowering. Where's some flowers? Come on. If I need a Stella Deora daylily that's consistently this size, that is a consistent price, that's easy to bid because I know the price, you know, this is where I would come. How pretty is that? Golden Fountains Carex. Some Black-Eyed Susans and some Veronicas. I mean, they've got enough. They've got enough plant material, I think. Thank you very much for joining me with Landscape Rescue. Till next time. Bye-bye.